absolutely ridiculous and it's a sham. Why even go through, the humiliation of being on a knee? For one, you're bowing down to somebody, and then you're putting the hugest rock on your finger that costs you, Lord knows how many hours of work. You know what I'm saying? And then going before some devil to have him sign a piece of paper just so y'all could be like, you know what, this ain't gonna work. We just gonna split up.
You
We
know what
just
they were
going to
saying, Itazab?
divorce. What's that?
They were saying this is the year of the breakups, man.
That's what it looked like. Apparently, everybody getting divorced. If you on Fanbase, you can't hear Thawashab. He just said they're
Oh yeah,
saying
it's
that
downloaded.
this
My
is the
bad.
okay. No sweat. He said that they're saying this is the year of the breakup, and that's exactly what it is, man. It's the year of the breakup. And it's not like it's something new. You understand? Like people have been getting divorced since marriage was created in America. Ever since they started saying that you have to file a piece of paper, you know, what I mean. Divorce was like the hottest thing popping since sliced bread. I think divorce is more popular than marriage. It seems like people get together just to break up.
Oh yeah, there's no such thing as commitment anymore.
There's no such thing as commitment anymore.
You could throw that out the window.
Yeah. So I mean, like, listen, for anybody on here listening on Facebook, on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, Fanbase, whatever.
Damn.
You
I
know
gotta
what I
make a
mean?
username.
Yeah, you gotta do all
My
that.
bad.
You gotta do all that. Yeah, you can do that while we talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Lapayad, you want to chime in?
I don't know if we're gonna go into the current one with Jeezy and Maylene, whatever her name is, but
Yeah,
just an example. I don't think nobody stay together, especially in the celebrity world. 2 to 3 years is probably tops, man. That's pretty
yeah,
much it. And even the people that ain't celebrities, you know what I mean? Like we don't stay together either. So a lot of that stuff be publicity. You know what I mean? I feel like it's that same spirit that be like in Christian church where they like pressure you to get married. I don't know if anybody else went to the Christian church, but when you in the Christian church, they pressure you at a certain time, like you need to get married. And you
yeah,
just do it. You know what I mean? You just do it. So I think with the celebrities, they be like, oh, we look good in the eyes of the paparazzi. Let's just do it. You know what I mean? Let's just get married.
yeah,
It'd
yeah.
be horrible.
They listening too much Jagged Edge.
Listen, I don't know why everybody was surprised about Jeezy and old girl. I can't think of her name. I don't really care, but Jeezy and
Yeah, I don't know.
I ain't familiar with
Jeannie.
this fan base. Are we restricted as to what we could say?
Yeah. So all right. So you wanna use proper social media language. All
Politically
right.
correct.
Yeah,
Right.
politically correct language. You know what I'm saying? You can't say certain slurs and such.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't remember her name. So let's say
Yeah, Jeannie.
Jeannie. Okay, yeah. I don't know why everybody was so up in arms about that. Like if you look in the comments, they were like, "Oh my god!" Like on Instagram on the Shade Room, they like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! I wanted them to last. I wanted them to last." Like I don't understand why this is a surprise. You know what I'm saying? I haven't got the full details as to why they got a divorce, but he actually filed for the divorce, which is against what normally happens. Because I think in America, more than 70% of marriages are the divorce rate. The woman actually, initiates the divorce. So for him to do it, I don't know. Only thing I could think of is infidelity, but I didn't heard some sources say, it was her mouth. So I don't know.
If I may, you know what I was surprised about, Lapayad?
What's that, sir?
The boy Geechee, what's his name? Y'all can hear me?
Jeezy?
No, Geechee
Geechee.
versus
Was always
Yeezy the Block Captain.
I don't know nothing about Geechee.
Oh man. You can hear me?
We can hear you.
Lapayad?
Oh, also Kazak talking. Hold on.
I ain't hear what he said.
Yeah, you kind of you was going in and out. It was terrible connection.
It's not a terrible.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, what I was saying is if you got more than one audio app open, it gives you a terrible feedback on Fanbase. The brother that started the app said that's one of the kinks they working on. So I don't know if you have any other thing that's using your audio open, but as me and Lapayad are talking, it's giving a real bad feedback is what I was saying. As long as it ain't on YouTube, y'all fine, because this is right here. It's just an audio app. We don't got no replays of that. So as long as you can hear it good on YouTube, y'all good. But over here, it's got a bad echo.
Y'all can hear me?
Oh, okay, got you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Now I was gonna say, one thing I was surprised about that boy Easy versus Geechee.
Mm-mm.
And Remy Ma. I don't know. Word got out. Remy Ma is out there.
Yeah,
man.
That's another one I was gonna bring up.
That's a sad one right there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I know what you was talking about, right? That's man. Lapayad, it's giving me 2 feeds or whatever.
What you mean?
Yeah, Remy, like I'm hearing myself in your microphone.
Oh, okay. I got you. Salaki. You're not coming through on YouTube. Yeah, you're not coming through on YouTube.
Got you. All right, no sweat, most on Christ. So also, unmute on Fanbase if you want to talk Lapayad. So you kind of gotta like be on both sides of this social media thing. But like I said, man, this is like our first attempt at Fanbase. We trying to multi-stream through YouTube and Fanbase. So it is episode 1. We're working out the kinks as well. So with progress comes success. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep working on this. And Lord allow, you know what I'm saying, we'll have this thing sold up and we'll be presenting real professional. You know what I'm saying? For now, you know what I mean? Support the room, you feel me? But go ahead, Lapayad, if you want to say, or also Kazai, if you want to say something, also Thawashab.
Y'all think Remy Ma did it?
Hey man, I ain't read enough about
Yes.
it. Honestly, I ain't read enough about it to say yes or no. Let me try to.
You can't trust the industry. See, I don't want to get that feedback. You getting that feedback?
I ended it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean.
Yeah. Trying to do both. So with the industry, I mean, I know, of course I can't say yay or nay. But one thing I do know is in the industry, they do all type of wild stuff. So, you know, Papoose probably know about it already. Papoose probably said it was all right for her to do it. You know, I mean, that's how the industry roll now. So, you know, with that type of money, she ain't even got no reason to really like step out and not do it unless he like just, you know, one of them strong hardcore brothers, like, you know, really don't want to share his wife. But nowadays that feminine spirit is so heavy that, you know what I'm saying, like these women is telling the men what they're gonna do. So if she is sleeping around, he probably sanctioned it. He probably like, well, you know, as long as she tell me. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking.
Nah, that is true.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if we want to stick to that, but it was something else I did want to bring up. I don't know if we want to wait, but it was a topic. It's not on the. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say we could always, bounce back to this topic. I mean, it is the topic of the room. However, you know, like it's definitely other matters that do need to be addressed. This is the war as usual. So, you know what I mean? Whatever on your mind.
Yeah, because we was talking about celebrity marriages, but I did want to bring up a post. I don't know if it's too early for this, but it's about music and it is I don't know, it's burning with me. Like I feel like I gotta bring this up. So so I'm gonna bring it up on YouTube on the StreamYard. I think I should be able to bring this up. So if you could bring that up, I'm gonna read it for the people that can't see it. But this is a post that came up. Now, part of the a segment that we're gonna do every week, we're gonna implement is the Facebook post of the week, right? And the reason is because a lot of people be putting a lot of good stuff on Facebook. Like it'd be a lot of good posts. Like if you see like this post right here by Captain Tazariak, right? 110 comments, 2 shares, 66 likes. Either way. But what he said is the part I want to go into. And I'm actually going through, I actually got some screenshots of the comments as well. Just because we talk about celebrities, right? So he said, for the people that can hear me, if anybody is on Fanbase,
get him.
Captain Tazariak says, right?
Get him.
Nas is the GOAT. With the GOAT emoji.
Bad.
No one can do what he just did. ... Quiet as it's kept. Lil Wayne is second. Oh man. Man. I just feel like this need to be addressed. I don't know if there's any hip hop heads that's watching because this is everybody got their perspective of who the GOAT is, but this one kind of hit home for me. Like I don't know. I know, especially brothers in the UPK, everybody got their own GOATs, you know, everybody from different coasts, so they see this differently. But I just thought this week this was a hot topic, you know, based on all the comments and just all the dialogue that has been happening within, you know, this topic. So I'm gonna straight up say I disagree that Nas is the GOAT. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. I don't think you can have just one GOAT. I think you can have multiple GOATs. I think you can have multiple goats, right? So,
well, if I could.
Hey,
should I come on YouTube?
If I
yeah,
could.
you probably should, sir. If you could.
Come on, Scoop.
And y'all can put the link at the top.
Facts.
So we can I could come over there on that YouTube and disagree with you about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, I kind of disagree with Cap too, but I just what I'm talking about disagreeing is you can have multiple goats.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get it.
You don't over there, man. I'm gonna get off.
All right, so I'm gonna put the link for the YouTube video, the YouTube stream in the link at the top. You know what I'm saying? If you want to continue in our conversation there, you know what I'm saying? We're still gonna be streaming from Fanbase as well. But if you want to jump into the live conversation on YouTube, I'm gonna put the link in a few seconds. Go ahead, Lapayad, you got it.
Yeah, so are we getting feedback on the fan base? Is it good? Can they hear me on there?
Yeah, you good.
All right, good. All right. So yeah, so I seen this and I was like, pretty much when it comes to hip-hop conversations on Facebook, I try to stay out of it. Because I know my opinion of who the GOAT is, maybe with the majority, but maybe it could be from where I'm from. But as I was saying, I don't think you could just have one GOAT. I just don't think you can just have one, because I think every era produces its own GOAT. I mean, simple as that.
True. That is true.
Because I mean, it's kind of like if you say one person is the GOAT, then I mean, I don't know, because you could go back and be like, okay, this person is greater than, okay, for example, my personal GOAT, I'm gonna just go out and say that my personal GOAT is Pac, right? And I know a lot of people share the same sentiments. As a matter of fact, when we go into the actual comments, when they had this dialogue, this conversation, Pac is my GOAT, right? Is the GOAT, I think, right? But somebody that was in like Melly Mel time probably think Melly Mel was the GOAT. And at the time, maybe he was the GOAT. So do I take, my time period of music and just kind of be like, nah, this is better than your time of music? Like, do I do that? So that's why I think like you can have multiple GOATs. I think it's just a time period.
Name your GOATs, Lapayad.
Man. So, well, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say Pac number one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with. Now they was in the kind of in the same time period, so I can't really say. But I'm gonna say Pac. I'm gonna say Mos Def. I don't know if anybody agree with that. I do think Nas is one of the GOATs. DMX is one of the GOATs.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
All right, real quick, if I could, we got Lala. She raised her hand. She want to come up. I'm gonna bring her up real quick.
All right.
Itazab, you ain't posted a link.
I posted the link.
In the YouTube?
So the YouTube link is at the top of the room.
Oh.
Hold on.
What about YouTube?
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I don't have the link for the fan base right now. But we got Lala on stage. Lala, you want to address anything?
Oh, I was just listening and, kind of agreeing.
Oh, okay. All right. So just so you know, the topic of the room is celebrity marriages are Sham. All right. So we just took a quick segue about from that real quick just to talk about something about the GOAT. And if I could, real quick, while we on the topic of GOATs, let's remember what the term GOAT stands for. GOAT. All right, hold on 1 second.
Greatest of all time, huh?
Yeah,
greatest of all time, exactly. So it's not like you can't limit it to a time frame because it's of all time. So if I'm gonna say if I'm gonna say I got as a GOAT, like this person is the GOAT, that has to include everybody before him and everybody after him. So, yeah, but I'm good right now. Thank you. So you got to include everybody across the whole time frame of music or basketball or football or whatever the topic of the subject is. You feel me? I just want everybody to keep that in mind.
I dig. Who's Lala's GOAT?
I was talking about when I said I disagree with Lapayad, but he said it could be multiple goats.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying, and that's the hard part about it because there's a lot of great people in the music industry, just like it's a lot of great basketball players. Now you gotta pick who is the greatest to you, and there's only one. You know what I'm saying? When you start going down a list, now let's say we talk about top 5 or top 3 or something like that. And now you can talk about it, but it's all you still saying. Like for instance, in Lapayad's case, he still would be saying, even though he said Mos Def or somebody else, he still would be saying Pop is the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought that Captain Zariak would say Nas. You know what I'm saying? I know Thawashab believe it's Jay-Z, or at least that's what I think. What he was trying to tell you though, Itazab, is I was trying to jump in on the StreamYard, but it's all good. I'll just stay over here because I ain't really gonna have that much to say unless Lapayad was, wants to, have a conversation. But I just wanted to say, I think it's like what you just said, Itazab, it's just one. And if you gotta pick one, I'm sure everybody on here will have a different because it's subjective to who you're talking to.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I mean, like, because like you made a good point when you saying the top 5. Like everybody had a top 5, but then they got their number 1. But I guess from my perspective, I'm saying like I understand why somebody else would say a Jay-Z is a GOAT. You know what I mean? Like he the GOAT for your time because that time period might be, what you listen to. So it's gonna be everybody gonna have a different GOAT. I guess essentially is what I'm saying. But everybody gonna have a one person that stick out for them, if that makes sense. I don't know. Y'all tell me.
No, I got you.
I just go ahead.
No, you got it.
All right, hold on. If I could, right? Like I get what you're saying. I just wouldn't call that a GOAT. I would say this is my favorite rapper. You get what I'm saying? Like we talking about GOATs. We talking about like okay, and I think the word GOAT get overplayed, me personally, but we are talking about the greatest of all time. So we talking about the greatest of all time. You gotta stand on it. You know what I'm saying? This person is the best at this thing than anybody that's ever existed, and it's gonna be that way until somebody replaces him.
Quick question.
In my opinion,
yeah.
If I could, in my opinion, my fault. Okay, go. In my opinion,
you got to finish that. By me, cut you off.
By the way, anybody listening on Fanbase, we running on StreamYard. Haven't quite yet figured out how to get the audio to stream through Facebook. I mean, Fanbase and YouTube at the same time. But we gonna work on that. Now, in my opinion, I slightly agree. I don't even know if I say I slightly agree. I think I'm in full accordance with what Captain Zariak is saying. Now, me being from the South, that might be a bias. You feel me? Because I honestly think Lil Wayne is the GOAT. Right? I think he's the greatest of all time. His latest stuff ain't better than his greatest stuff, but I think he's better than Nas simply for his lyricism. You feel me? And his diversity. You feel me? Like he can get on different type of songs. The nigga made a rock star. He made other rappers become rock star artists. You get what I'm saying? He made other rappers become more lyrical. Nas, he's better than Jay-Z, which is why I love that he posted that because he's not from New York, but he's surrounded by New York niggas. And I know they all had something to say about it when he said it.
Oh yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when he made the point that Nas is the greatest, and he didn't even mention Jay-Z. He didn't even put Jay-Z at the number 2 spot. He put Lil Wayne there. All right, yeah, I'm with it. I'm rocking with this man's statement.
I don't know. I don't know about that one, but I would ask this, right? If I could.
Go ahead. Hey, Officer Lapayad, could you get his audio in fan base?
Do what? Oh,
Could you get? Okay, hold on.
You do want to separate your favorite from the greatest of all time, because I would agree with Lil Wayne being the greatest of all time, but that don't mean he's my favorite rapper. My favorite rapper now and my favorite rapper 10 years ago is two different people. 10 years ago, it would have been Scarface. Now it would be Rick Ross, but neither one of them, I think, is as great as Lil Wayne as an artist over all times. And then I would say behind that, it would be probably Pop. And then behind that, you know what I'm saying? So like Nas don't even come up, even though he's one of my favorite artists, he don't come up in the greatest of all times conversation when it comes to me. But I can see how Cap can say that, but you gotta have enough work. He ain't got enough work. It's like Biggie, one of my favorite artists. He ain't got enough work. You gotta have, at least 4 to 5, classic albums. I think Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Pac is the only people I can really think of offhand that got that, unless we start talking about, other people that might come up in the conversation.
all right. All right. Yeah. I mean,
shit. If was one person we all forgetting about, man.
Who that?
All right. Who coined the term GOAT? Hip hop trivia.
You said who coined the term GOAT?
Yeah.
I'm
sure Officer Kazak though.
That's Jay-Z.
He said who?
he said Jay-Z.
LL Cool J did, so I mean LL Cool J is the GOAT.
Oh man, hey, LL Cool J is the what he said.
No, that means somebody said that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, you might want to get like a dummy account for your fan base, so that we can hear what's going on the YouTube. As y'all talking, I hear y'all who on here on fan base, but I don't hear what else being said. Was Thawashab saying something?
So how would I do that? I'm like an old man on this damn app. Y'all got I'm like an old man on this app. Y'all gotta show me something, because how do I do that?
Oh no, you put me on. So
he had a Supreme joint where he would play what's going on. It just play what's going on, and then you have that plugged in. So y'all can figure that out later. I think Lapayad do it. But I just wanted to say we ain't hearing what's going on the YouTube side of it. And look, and Itazab is up here. I guarantee you, I got a different great GOAT than we all had.
Facts.
I agree. I also think Itazab could probably tell me how I can get the audio right.
Yeah, but see now you offer YouTube. I can't hear you on YouTube.
Hey, Shalom, y'all watching the phone. I was gonna say, because I think that Supreme account was through Club Deck.
Yeah, so they have something like Club Deck on there. What they doing is a podcast on YouTube. They try to incorporate fans.
Come on, I think Officer Dawud, well, he's on stage right now. He could tell you. I think that Supreme account was through Club Deck, though.
Yeah, Shalom, Lord Christ. We have something like that.
Yeah, so what it is that we had those burner accounts that we was able to use on Clubhouse, but they had an alternative platform called Club Deck that allowed you to stream music straight directly into Clubhouse. So Fanbase doesn't have a platform or alternative platform for that. So if you want to play audio, you just have to take another device with another account and bring it up to the stage, and then have the have it next to whatever sound you're playing and play it through that way.
All right.
Y'all live right now?
Yeah, we live. What's going going on, man? I jumped in here. I seen the link in the chat, so I just wanted to pop in. I thought this was somebody else.
Yeah, come on. So they having a podcast right now live.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So so on YouTube they can hear y'all, right? But on Fanbase you can't hear everybody that's on YouTube. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I went to try to get in on the YouTube and you ain't had a StreamYard in the chat. That's why I just came back.
Yeah, it's in there now. It's in there now.
Right. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to put your phone next, like you have to play the class there. You at the place where you're holding the podcast at right now? Yeah. So you would use your phone as a microphone for everybody. Everybody would just use your phone as a microphone. Like you said, we will not be able to hear who's on Facebook unless you put your phone next to the speaker where Facebook is playing from.
All right, so that's basically what we're doing right now. Officer Lapayad is like holding his phone up to his microphone. Like, so we're doing a podcast, via StreamYard. So on StreamYard, we going live straight to YouTube, and Lapayad has his phone up to his microphone. Now, when they speak, I don't know. I guess he would have to just hold. Like when I was with Thawashab, he's on the stream on YouTube. So when Thawashab speaks, I guess Lapayad would just have to hold his phone up to the speaker or something like that.
Yeah, I would want to make sure. I want to see what these people got to say. Like, I would definitely want to hear what Dawada and Tapazar and even Lala and Zabaya would say was the goat. Because now we having that conversation.
The goat of what?
See, now I gotta change the topic of the room.
Yeah.
Now, because he talking about the greatest rapper of all time.
I thought it was about Remy and Papoose.
We made that. We did mention that.
We did start with that.
I think that marriage to acting said.
Captain Zaria. On Captain Zariak's post about Nas being the greatest and Lil Wayne being second. So we just started talking about the GOAT conversation. We'll get back to the celebrity marriage. Hey, Lala, what were you saying?
No, when he said Papoose and Remy, I was like, yeah, that's probably the only one that actually made me sad.
Yeah.
That shit shook the world, y'all.
Yeah.
You said it made me sad.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
No, because the Jeezy and that Asian lady, I didn't really care about that one. And
that's great.
Iman, I was like, that kind of was like, dang. But the Remy and Papoose, like, he held it down in prison. I thought it was going to last forever. That was the only one I was shocked by, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I guess it's Nas and Wayne now, huh? Okay. No sweat.
Nah, Lapayad said Pac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Pac, too.
Yeah, that's.
I think, did Thawashab say Jay-Z?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he said Jay-Z.
It's The Rock.
Thawashab said Jay-Z. We was bringing out how, my favorite rapper ain't even in my GOAT conversation. So my favorite rapper is not in the GOAT conversation. So those are two different things.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Now it ain't the same person it was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it would have been Scarface. Now it would probably be like Rick Ross, but neither one of them is in the GOAT conversation if you're asking me. I would say Lil Wayne is the GOAT.
Rick Ross. It's I don't know. That's crazy. Pac, I love Pac, and I think that he don't really. I don't know. A lot of brothers like downplay Pac, but I can't call him the GOAT though because he's not here. It's like he ain't active. He's not here.
I mean,
Ain't the best rapper alive. We just saying of all time, the GOAT.
And that's the difference. The water. Thank you, Lala. The difference is you got the greatest of all times, and then you got the greatest rapper alive. At one point, Lil Wayne was the greatest rapper alive. Now he's just the greatest rapper of all time.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a stretch. I
don't know.
All time.
That's kind of.
Lapayad, you got to come off mute on Fanbase as well.
Y'all be bringing me into these conversations, bro. You said Rick Ross just now, bro. I can't even talk to y'all.
That was his favorite rapper. He says he's the greatest of all time. He says his favorite rapper.
I would point out that. I'm just going to say, I don't want no pushback. I don't want to talk about it. But the greatest rapper of all time, of all time, completely all time. Bro. I don't know. I never had an all time discussion, but I will say the greatest rapper alive is Hope.
He said who?
I agree with that one.
Who'd he say?
He said Jay-Z.
Nah, it gotta be okay.
I got a question though. Salaki, if I could. I got a question. What is the criteria for the greatest rapper of all time?
There we go.
And what's y'all metric or framework for how y'all calculate that?
There we go.
Bodies of work.
What I said is the reason why the brothers that I said were my favorites don't even measure because you need to have at least 5 classic albums to be on that list. And I said it's only 3 people that I can think of, and that's Pop, that's Jay-Z, and that's Lil Wayne. So I don't think nobody else is in the conversation unless I'm missing somebody. So if that's the criteria, and that's what it is for me, you gotta have at least 5 classic albums.
What are Wayne's 5 classic albums?
Yeah, Wayne ain't never had.
I would say The Block Is Hot, the Carter 2.
Carter 1 is his only classic.
Nah, hold up. Wait.
Listen, I'm not going to take anything away from Wayne. But to say that he has 5 classic albums is crazy.
Wayne got classic mixtapes.
Exactly.
Yeah, he got classic mixtapes.
Exactly. DJ Drama, you know what I'm saying? That's cool, but mixtapes, but not to say albums. No, he don't have that.
Right.
So you don't think the Carter 1 was a classic album?
Carter 2 was classic.
I agree.
Nah.
Carter 1 was hard.
I
agree with you, Itazab.
I don't know.
Written on a classic album, you would just at least have to have at least how many shit? 5, 6 classic songs on there to make it a classic album.
Nah, front to back, every track.
So how I look at it, I don't really care for albums because you know who's behind the albums, right? Yeah, niggas. Black men have nothing to do with the albums they put out. Really,
don't say
mixtape.
Man.
Yeah,
they do.
Man, listen, your oppressor is behind the albums that you put out. Mixtapes that you put out, the shows you do.
So
that's what really matters, if you ask me.
You said what? Really
the white man dropped Machiavelli.
And you gotta also what was Michael Jackson most famous for? Why was he the GOAT? Was he the GOAT for his music?
Yeah, the Thriller.
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely.
Listen. What is he? When you think of Michael Jackson?
Hey, Officer Itazab, how old are you, Art?
Hold on. We're not gonna go there. All right, so look.
Listen, hold on, real quick. I'm asking that because, okay, I'm not trying to say like it is an age thing, but I'm not trying to be like I ain't trying to like slight you. What I'm saying is, if you grew up as a kid when Michael was alive and was doing Thriller, you would understand like it's the music. It ain't just the shows. Like it was the music. It was a whole vibe.
No,
like,
I agree.
He was on everything.
I agree. I'm not saying that.
And as a kid, like Michael Jackson was like he was beyond an artist. It was bigger than that.
That's my point. That's the point I'm making. Like, okay, like I'm not saying that he wasn't famous for the music he put out. I'm saying the way he performed was really what put him over the top.
But rap artists aren't performers to me. Like, except for maybe Busta Rhymes. Like, rap artists are just rappers. They just get on stage and hold a mic. They're not performers. They're not dancing. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Kane was dancing. These niggas ain't dancing.
Hold on, real quick. Greg Neal says Scarface was not the greatest of all time conversations. I don't get that. Scarface not. Scarface not.
Rappers of all time.
He
That's
said
ridiculous.
He said Scarface not even in the conversation.
That ain't true. Because Jay-Z will tell you that he is.
You talking about me?
Can we name
Greg
a
Neal
Scarface
said
classic?
Yeah, no, I agree with Greg Neal. Scarface is my favorite of all time rapper, and he ain't in the greatest of all time conversation.
Yeah.
That's my personal.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like, if you just go
Scarface got more classic albums than Lil Wayne.
Can we name them?
Man, you done lost your damn mind.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
I'll throw the fix up against one of Wayne's albums, man. How you a fan of Scarface and say I'm tripping? That's crazy.
But what I'm talking about when I'm saying it is I'm thinking of other people's perspectives outside of my own. That's why I say, like, if I'm like, for instance, I'll say like Rick Ross, right? But somebody out of Florida might not even understand why I would say something like that. Like, where he even come at in the conversation to be anybody's favorite, to be anything, because you don't understand like the lingo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Brothers outside of my spec don't look at Plies the same way we look at Plies in Florida. They might not look at, you know, a Texas artist the way you would look at them because they not from there. Some people is like that, but this is what we call regional. When I'm speaking of the greatest of all times, I'm telling you, millions and millions of people felt the same exact way about Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Pac that we all would share. Even a hater would have to say that Pac is one of the great. It got to be in the conversation. But Lil Wayne got to be. Y'all don't even really rock with Lil Wayne like that. But you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z and Pac is like two cats that I know you can't argue with. Lil Wayne.
So Itazab is saying it's bigger than the music, right? So Lapayad, what are you saying? Are you saying that it's bigger than the music, or like it's like the star power, or
that's what I was about to hit. I was about to.
Music?
No, I was about to hint to that because I mean it's debatable when people start to name what a classic album is, right? What's classic? What's the criteria for a classic? But here's where I draw the line. I say the GOAT is determined by the influence he got on the game. Now, when you look at so I say a Pac, right? When you look at before Pac, look at the rappers before Pac, how they was rapping and what they was doing, right? When you look at even when you look at your Wu-Tang, the way they was dressing in the videos, the way they was, you know, just the way they was carrying themselves, it was like a grimy type of, you know, that's how hip hop was. When Pac came along, he not only brought like the black activism type thing, because you know hip hop was part of that, but he took it to another level. But then he really made hip hop artists rock stars, because now he the dude on stage with the tattoos and the, you know, and the excessive jewelry, and like everybody is mimicking him after that. Like who Pac is like a prototype for everybody. Even if you look at somebody like DMX came after him, but what was he known for? He on stage with the tattoos, the bald head, you know what I mean? The chains, like people was really mimicking Pac. And to this day, even Lil Wayne do the same thing when he get on stage and he got the tattoos and all that. Like what rapper before Pac was really doing that? What rapper before Pac was wearing them designer clothes like that was really bringing that, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with the tattoo thing, but the chains, that's Slick Rick, that's Coogee Rap. I mean,
yeah.
The chain's been in effect. You can't say that.
Well, but not so much the chains. Not so much the chains. I mean, obviously, because you got the Slick Rick. But what I'm saying is, as far as like the style in which he did it, you know what I'm saying? The style, Shabba Ranks. Boy, if you don't get
Shabba was dope.
Hey, listen, Shabba was wearing the chains in the gold ring. Niggas talking about one gold.
Nah, man, he don't count. He don't count.
But as far as like that thug life image, Lapayad, I agree with you. Like the shirt off, showing the tats, because LL Cool J had his shirt off, but he had no tattoos. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a thug thing.
Nah.
It was a street thing, but it wasn't thug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you right about, like, I agree with you, but you know, Pac didn't come in like that necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Tupacalypse now, he wasn't really on that type of time. It was like more like, you know, when my homies call and all that type of stuff, but he did move into that vibe and everything, man. But I agree with you in terms of like after everybody after Pac, that whole thug, like nobody was talking about Thug anything until Pac. That I know for a fact. Like, I remember that. Like, Mobb Deep, nobody was saying Thug or anything like that until Pac was screaming out Thug Life. And that's a fact, whether it was West Coast or East Coast. So I agree with that part. And then like getting into the movies and all that too. Like Pac did that with the
that's my point.
Justice and Juice and crossover. Like, bitch,
I mean, real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, like.
No. If I could, real quick, I just want to let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? We live on Fanbase. Hit that red heart at the top. You know what I'm saying? Drop some hearts, please, Bubba Busha. You know what I'm saying? And we on YouTube as well. If you watching this live on YouTube, hit that subscribe button to the channel, hit the like button, and share this to your friends, family, and loved ones. All right, we're gonna keep the conversation going.
Yeah, I want to say Itazab is actually the voice of reason in this room, because everybody else is over 35. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Thawashab can get in there, but like even with me saying that Lil Wayne would be the GOAT on my list, we were sitting there the other night listening to the phases where Lil Wayne started out sounding like BG and then moved to sounding like Juvie, and then he was rapping like Jay-Z, right? And different phases of his career. But he always stayed relevant. You know what I'm saying? So with that thing that Lapayad is talking about as far as like the star power, I'll have to say Pac really was one of the ones who transited with what they call them 360 deals and all that kind of stuff, going into the movies, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff with Janet Jackson, so on and so forth. But I mean, if we're really talking about like people impact on things outside of music, then now you got to put Jay-Z in there. Because Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, took other stuff outside of, like, if you're talking about who's selling liquor, who's selling, champagne, who's got, like a thing with the athletes and all of this other stuff. If we include in all of that, I thought we was just talking about music. So y'all got to be clear. That's what I think Tabazar asked that question. What are we talking about when we talking about the greatest? Are we talking about music? Because a brother started talking about dancing. Nobody was a bigger dancer than Tupac because he was a backup dancer for Digital Underground. That's
facts. That's facts.
No, I don't know about that.
You don't like that. Y'all say, I don't want to talk about that part.
No, that he did that, but I wouldn't consider him a dancer though. That's what I'm saying.
No, not when he changed into a thug. He wasn't dancing no more.
Yeah.
Hey, what 21 Savage said? It's something about hit him something. Now he turned into a.
Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Don't even do it.
Hey, 21 is the GOAT.
Hey, look, I put up.
21 is the GOAT.
I put up after Captain Zariak had put up that Nas is the GOAT. If I went down into the comments and Captain Marvel Quad had put his, I guess people they went from the GOAT to how Officer Gazak was saying, went into the top 5 and all of that. So Captain Marvel Quad started with Pac, Big, Nasty. I guess that's Nasty Nas. I guess I don't know. Then he put Jigga, Scarface, Ice Cube, Outkast, and Big L.
Man, that's a solid list.
Yeah,
that's a solid list.
And I will add that he said Wayne nowhere in the top 20. This is what Captain Marvel Quad said. Wayne nowhere in the top 20. Not to mention,
I don't agree with that though.
Gilly, I believe, wrote some of his raps, if I'm not mistaken. That's what he put.
Nah, man, I don't believe that either. I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's what was said. That's what was said.
I don't believe that because on Carter 1, when the Go DJ, right, you see Gilly in the video, but like I've heard Gilly's songs. It don't sound nothing like Wayne. And then my thing is that if Gilly impacted Wayne so much, how is Wayne still doing what he's doing? Like, I don't buy into that. You know what I'm saying? Now I will say this, that Jay affected Wayne and Jewel's affected Wayne and like Gibbs affected Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Like when he started visiting like Harlem in New York, you know what I'm saying? And his style kind of adjusted. But then really Wayne he still kept it Louisiana. You know what I mean? He said he was like, I'm the Louisiana more. Like he still kept the vibe of where he came from. He just took the technique and just made it his own. But nah, I don't feel like Gilly wrote for him at all. I don't believe that.
He definitely deserves a spot in the top 20.
I was gonna say I don't think Gilly wrote for him, but I think Gilly gave him like style, like flows, like not necessarily like lyrics, but flows. Because there was a time when Wayne started sounding like Philly.
I would have no Philly music to get that comparison.
He didn't get stale. He didn't get old. He changed with the times. You know what I'm saying? You got to think when somebody in the game 20 years, you know, they could go back. Wayne was rapping right after Pac died, and then all the way up until 2023. So you got to think, like, over time, yeah, you will come into contact with people who may affect what you want to talk about, how you want to say it. Like when he was on Carter 2, he was on that I'm the greatest rapper alive type thing. So he wanted to, you know, rap like he was Jay-Z or whatever the case may be. Prior to that, he ain't care nothing about that. Like when you start talking about, all those other, like when he first was splitting from the Hot Boys or whatever the case may be, he wasn't rapping that same way. So I don't know, man. I just think that GOAT conversation, you got to go criteria. And I'm saying my criteria of why I'm saying what I'm saying is based on them having classic albums. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm saying classic albums, I ain't talking about regionally classic albums. I'm talking about classic albums that everybody cannot deny was a classic album based on, you know, how it impacted the times and also, you know, the amount of records sold. And, you know, then you're going into that other part that Itazab and Lapayad was bringing out about how, you know, how it transcended just rap and became something bigger than that too.
I think 5 classic albums is too much. I think that's way too much. I don't even know if anybody has 5 classic. Maybe Jay do, maybe, but I doubt that. I would say 3. I say 3 classic albums, and to me, that's like a life after death. That's like Nas's Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, a classic album is that you could play it all the way through. Carter 2, I play it all the way through. There is no skips.
Right.
Life After Death is 2 CDs. I play it all the way through.
Yeah, because people generally fall off and they sophomore.
All the way through.
Right. Like Kanye West. Like to me, Kanye West got more classic albums than, if you want to say Kanye West is not even being mentioned. He got classic albums.
Yeah,
that is true.
Kanye. Yeah, Kanye up there, bro. Like, I mean, arguably, he is up there with the top 5, bro. I mean, and at the same time, like, you know, at some point, this is where I was at with Jay-Z. Like, I was at a certain point, you know, I was up there with the Pacs, you know what I mean, the Biggies and shit, you know what I mean? That's where I was at. But then after some point, it was like, okay, this nigga Hov is really out here just really, like, bodying shit here, left and right, number 1 albums, you know, underground shit is just popping, you know, whatever the case may be. But after a while, you just got to be like, yo, this nigga is up here, bro. And that's where I'm at with Kanye right now. Like, Kanye, since when Kanye debuted? Well, like fucking 06 or some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think 05.
It's still relevant.
I mean, 06, 05, bro. Like, this nigga, he's a genius, bro. His lyrics is no joke, bro. Don't even sleep.
Yeah, I want to apologize for sleeping on Kanye. I always do this conversations. I really do, but High School Dropout was one of the greatest of all time. I mean,
thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he got albums under his belt, like playing the whole album through.
If I may, real quick, y'all wouldn't give 50 his flowers. Who's speaking?
Annie. Y'all wouldn't give 50 his flowers?
I don't give flowers to men, but
but we do. I get it. Definitely up there, bro. I mean, he's not up there in the 5,
my nigga.
but he definitely, you know what I mean.
10 years from now, you'll definitely call him a classic.
Hey, that's what I wanted to bring up though. Like to add to what Thawashab was saying. My bad. Like, on top of having like your classic album, for one, definitely got to be, you know, full play. But we got to also talk about if it's timeless. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if it's not timeless, it's not a classic. Like, if I can't play your album from 2009 and 2023, then can I even consider it a classic? And with that being said,
that's true.
Can we even say that rappers today, you know what I'm saying, in the 2020 era, right? Can we say that any of their music is classic?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Nah.
I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
You either got to be an artist.
Nah, y'all tripping, bro. Y'all tripping. My nigga.
They got. You know what they got? Itazab. They got classic singles. It's definitely
Hold on. Travis Scott.
Hold up.
Travis Scott.
So I don't like.
He got a couple classics on his belt.
He got classic singles. Yeah. Chief Keef. It's classic singles out there.
You right.
They got songs. I'm never gonna forget them
Oh,
songs.
they can't even hear me, huh?
Albums? No.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
So what about
Well,
what about my nigga J. Cole though? That nigga got albums, nigga.
Oh
They
yeah.
fire.
Kendrick Lamar.
I'm not even a fan
Kendrick
like that.
Lamar.
I agree with y'all.
Yo, I know why you not a fan because you ain't really hear it though.
Nah, because I heard Nas
in competition with everybody else speaking.
I don't hear about.
Yeah, I'm drowning out.
Yeah, but here's what you can do. This is what I say you
No
do.
way you gonna you think the same.
You only got one phone, huh?
I'm telling you, bro,
You ain't got no computer.
he be talking.
Nah, not yet.
In generations,
You might need to get that computer. We're gonna have to break into the honey pot and get to a laptop.
Nah,
But
fact.
as of now, what I would say to do is just jump on Fanbase instead of being on video.
in a classic
Jump on Fanbase, but at least we can all hear you.
You got to say,
and that way we can.
Today you got Future dropping classic albums for this
All
era.
right.
The
I'm about to
YouTube
do that
stream.
right now.
The older generation may not look at it like it's
All right.
classic.
All right.
But for the next 20, 30 years, these youngsters is gonna play that Future. You know what I'm saying? And I personally, I rock with it. So to compare generations, I think they should split hip hop up between maybe from 78 to the mid 80s, and from the 80s to 2003, and 2003 to the 15s. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
And you know what? I agree with that because it gets to the point where how you gonna compare the early hip hop to Future talking about lean and all that type of stuff. Like they make club music now. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like they them classic albums we talking about. You can put those albums on, just anywhere, you know what I'm saying, while you doing whatever, you know what I'm saying, make you think. But these albums now is just like you play it in the club and that's it. Once you after you hear it in the club, you don't play that nowhere else. I mean, that's from what I see. I ain't turning that, you know what I'm saying? Like it just don't translate.
I think you can ride to that like Future, that new album Future had out. You could ride to it in your car. You could play it at the family. I mean, because at the same time, I remember at the house playing "Wonder Why They Call You Bitch," and my pops get mad at me like, "Don't play that in here." Like they didn't understand, like, you know what I'm saying, our music, just like we don't understand the music of tonight. Like at the end of the day, you got to be able to understand that, like, over time, things get more and more acceptable. Certain things get more better. The technology is better. They very seldom use real instruments now. So, like, it's different. But that don't mean it make it better or worse. Like, they talk about what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was telling somebody how the Migos, was what could be if they made an album, if they wouldn't have broke up, could have been as big as Bone, right? With just the style. And I said it was a similar style. He like, oh, but they ain't talk about nothing but selling drugs. I'm like, what the hell Bone was talking about, nigga? Ouija boards and all kind of stuff like that. Like, it don't matter. We giving niggas a pass because they old. They wasn't talking about shit neither. Them niggas is calling a classic rap game, and that nigga ain't said nothing. The hip to the hippity to the hippity.
Crossroads was spiritual, man.
Shit. So it's like
Crossroads was spiritual, man.
Oh, get out of here, man.
That was one of the most compelling music videos ever, though, for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like dealing with the spirit world and all that, and death. That was a heavy subject. You know what I mean? But I agree with you though. It was besides that. I mean, in first of the month, everybody can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't deny what you're saying. Everybody can relate to sipping on lean and being drug addicts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No sweat.
Yeah, but
not really.
But if you all right, look, like you talk about like, oh, they was talking about drug dealing. I'm talking about, is it a classic? Like, is it something I'm going to listen to 20 years from today? I don't think so. Like Kodak Black, I love Kodak Black music, and like y'all said, they got classic singles. I still can't even see myself 20 years from now listening to some of their music.
Kodak Black got one classic album. I'll tell you that much.
Which one?
Say that again?
He got one classic. The one that with the covers all red. What's the name of that joint?
Demons, something Demons.
Classic album.
I'm gonna get the name right now.
Hey, you can't even remember the nigga album.
It's not classic. You can't remember the name. How was that classic?
Close to the grave on there. That might be the name of it.
If you can't
Dying
remember
to Live. My bad.
classic.
Dying to Live.
Yeah, that's it. Dying to Live. That's it.
Front to back, classic.
I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. As far as I don't know. As far as him and a couple other ones, I didn't heard some songs. I haven't actually sat down and listened to a Kodak Black album all the way straight through. It's just I can't get through some of it because it's a little irritating to me. Because when I listen to music, it's a thing. It's like a report card, right? It's like delivery, you know what I'm saying, flow, you know what I'm saying. It's a couple other things on there, but once if I can't get past your delivery, it's hard for me to pay attention to what you're saying. When your delivery is just like it's hard for me to comprehend. So, I mean, I got some homework to do on that one, but some of these new guys, it's just I don't like their delivery, man. I feel like when Lil Wayne came out, and Lil Wayne, like, you know, when they did back that thing up, he did that wobble-dee, he did that. It felt like every nigga that came after that had that same voice. Like all them niggas started sounding the same. Like niggas wasn't rapping with like real voices. Like everybody just had this high-pitched singy song type of voice. And it just, I don't know. It was hard for me to really get down with that. But Kodak Black, I got some homework to do on that one because yeah, nah.
Nah, I don't know, but I know the Hot Boys carried a style. Yeah. They carried a whole like style on their back, and it was like you wanted that style. You feel what I'm saying? Like the music, the look, the culture. You know what I'm saying?
But is Kodak regional though? Is he regional?
Is Kodak regional? What do you mean, bro? Kodak is worldwide.
Cause okay, so when did Kodak come on the scene? Somebody help me out. When did he come on the scene?
Florida. Like I'm telling you, I talked to people and they would not share the same sentiments we would share about Kodak Black. I'm telling you,
Kodak came out in 2015.
2015? Yeah. Okay.
That's when he
Kodak is hard, man. Kodak is hard.
Broward County knew about him. I was down there when that came out. So
facts, nigga. My best friend before he was killed, before he was on the live, you know what I'm saying? He told me, like, he was like, hey, bro, this nigga gonna be the next one. And this was like 2013, 14. You know what I'm saying? He was already rocking with Kodak. And y'all don't even know about One Way Frank. Both of them niggas was like on the come up. One Way Frank ain't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they basically said Kodak Black did him dirty or whatever. And that's why he couldn't come along. But that sound like a nigga just blaming another nigga for not being as hot as the next nigga. But Kodak Black was on the come up way back in 2012.
The reason I was asking that too. Yeah, the reason I was asking was he regional because I ain't from Florida. I'm from Detroit. So up north, I'm trying to figure out when the time frame is because I didn't really hear about Kodak Black until, you know, I got down here and, you know, being around people who was listening to it. You know what I mean? Like, but up north, that's what I said. Like, I had to find out what time when he came out because I got down here in like 2014. So I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Out officially nationwide basically was like 2016.
2016.
Around there, yeah. Because then, you know, you date back to the Double XL when that XXXTentacion kid was on there. That's when Kodak was really stepping out, you know, to the world, like officially.
The problem is too is all the antics that he does online to get, you know, to be viral. It kind of like watered down what he got going on with his albums. But he got some good tracks, man. I'm telling you, man, this nigga be rapping about shit more than just drugs and shit, you know what I mean? But
that's a fact.
He just be goofy online and shit.
Yeah, he could actually deliver good too, bro. It's just you gotta really peep game. He got some mixtapes that are like actually harder than the albums, to be honest.
Okay. Future's a better Haitian rapper than Kodak Black. Let's not get it twisted.
That's right. I wouldn't even say that.
My bad, go ahead.
I wouldn't even say that. He's a better rapper.
Nah, they both Haitian, man.
Oh, okay.
Damn, I ain't know that.
You said what?
I ain't know that.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I think it's especially. Again, we talking about the GOATs. That's why I asked that question about certain people, because it's some of that stuff is regional. Somebody, I forgot who brought it up, but somebody said like a classic album or whoever the GOAT is somebody that's known, like nation. Like, do we take that into consideration? Like, do we take that into consideration when you could go to Africa and ask somebody about a rapper and they know him?
You have to.
Do you got to take that into consideration?
He got the influence, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
So if he got,
I mean, 50 said that. 50 Cent said that when he was dealing with the whole situation with like the lock. And he was like, go over to Mumbai, India. He said, go to Taiwan and say 50 Cent. They gonna know me. He said, they don't know Jada. He's like, they don't know Fat Joe. They know me though.
Yeah. So that's I wonder if does that enter into the criteria of being a GOAT? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it don't, because like, I was in the South when Get Rich or Die Trying, right? Which I would say is like one of the greatest mixtapes ever. Like, but I would consider that an album.
That's an album, my man.
It was an album. It wasn't a mixtape.
Man.
No, my bad. I'm talking about Trap or Die. Trap or Die. Jeezy. Trap or Die.
Oh, you said 50. Okay.
Yeah, no, he said 50, and that's why I said Get Rich or Die Trying. But I'm saying, my point is, if you was there, like for instance, when we started talking about Pop, if you was there, then you gonna see the Pop. It's just like when we had the conversation about the golden basketball. If you was there, you know what Mike was. You know what Magic was. You know what these niggas was. If you wasn't there, then you really just talking about what you know from your time when you was there. And you could have seen them both, and they was in different time frames. That's what the brother was saying earlier. Like right now, we ain't saying none of these as classics, but they might very well be. We don't know how they gonna stand during the test of time, because I can hear an album that 5 years ago came out, and it's so much saturation in the game. I didn't even hear the damn album. It came out, and they chew it up and spit it out. Now you might miss the album and go back and be like, damn, I ain't know it was that fire. Like what he's saying about this Kodak Black. I'm gonna go check it out. Like Lapayad said, I got some homework to do. Let me see this album, what these brothers saying. It might have been out for years. Now I'm just now getting a hold of it because it's so many rappers, so much more. Everybody got a mixtape, everybody got an album, everybody got videos, everybody got this. There's so much music that you can't really keep up with everything. But as far as being regional, the answer to the question is, to me, I'm gonna throw that type of stuff in there. Like when we talking about the South, it's out there. But we talking about the world, and I'm not gonna throw them out there. That's why I said the people I said. I'm sure they skateboarding in Lil Wayne in China. I'm sure they Jay-Z in China. Still pocket in China. They not Scarfacing in China, which is so he could be my favorite rapper from the and the stand I'm coming from, but that's I don't expect that. We grew up on Too Short. Too Short came out with 9 albums in 9 years. 10 albums in 11 years. I can't make nobody who wasn't there and who didn't experience when they was banging them trunks, bumping Too Short. I can't tell them how big he was for his demographic.
No, that's real.
Yeah,
that's real.
That's a fact.
Because I was in Cali, you know what I'm saying? Too Short was everything. He was everything. He was like Jay-Z, to be honest.
Still is.
Yeah.
Him and U40.
So it depends on where you at.
And like I heard brothers disrespect E40. Like I said, I was in Cali. E40, like man, yo, like
Mayor Cali.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying E40 to me is like he's amazing, but people are like E40's corny. So I'm like, dang, bro, like, okay, no sweat. But I'm gonna be real, like when I came up, everybody was dope. Like the Fugees, like Lauren and like, you know what I'm saying, Outkast, everybody was contributing to the culture in a powerful way. Like, you know, Scarface, it wasn't like because Scarface from Texas. Scarface was Scarface because he was Scarface. You know what I'm saying? What he was saying. Right now, like, I mean, in this generation, I would say J. Cole is probably like the best because everybody is trash. Ain't nobody talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you. I like some of the trash. I'm like, okay, if this is what it is, then I'm gonna say who's the best garbage man? Who's throwing the trash cans the best? You know what I'm saying? And you know, then you got your 21s and you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these young brothers, like to me, Little Baby is talented. Little Baby is talented, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real. I put Little Baby up against J. Cole. I think Little Baby be spitting. You know, for the level that he's on.
Yeah, and see that to me that would be my next question about the lyricism, because even though we talking about the GOAT, and let's go down the report card. Let's talk about lyricism at this point, because now when you start talking about people like you compared like a J. Cole, you said Lil Baby. I mean, who are we saying, or what's the definition of what we're gonna say is lyricism? And if we're gonna start there, I mean, if we going with lyricism, are we talking about straight just punchlines, metaphors, things like that? Because I think in the GOAT conversation, that definitely has to be a marker. Like, you know, what are we saying the lyricism part is?
I think punchlines is like the best.
Itazab, if you talking to us, we can't hear you, bro. Yeah, Itazab, if you talking to us, we can't hear you, bro. You sound like far muffled up.
No sweat.
But I will
better?
say that
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah.
All right, real quick, my bad. That would die real quick. We are on Facebook. Fanbase, and we are on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If you on YouTube, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that heart at the top on Fanbase. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep the conversation going.
nah, and that matchup with I wouldn't even put Lil Baby with J. Cole, because J. Cole got bars that, you know, niggas remember. I don't remember all these shit that fucking Lil Baby say. Now he make good ass music we could jam to, like, you know what I mean, vibe to for sure. But I don't remember nothing Lil Baby said. But you know, J. Cole on the other hand, I got quotables with him. You know what I mean?
Facts. What about Lil Baby?
What you mean, like heating up like Mama's lasagna?
Nah,
that nigga said that nigga.
J. Cole like
Yeah, you wild out with that one.
I'm heating up like Mama's lasagna. That was hilarious.
The whole Middle Child album single is quotable. Salaka.
That's a fact. Thawashab, we can't hear you if you talk.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say, don't sleep on Kendrick Lamar as well, too. You know, he's like one of the only modern artists that can take 5 years off from a number one and come back 5 years later and drop another number one and still be relevant. You know what I mean?
That nigga said his auntie might be his uncle. I'm cool on Kendrick.
No, that's heavy, bro. Hold up. You telling me that shit ain't heavy? You telling me that shit ain't heavy in this day and age?
Hold on, all right. He say he feel like his auntie is his what?
He said, I feel like my auntie
He dedicated the song to his auntie being a stud, you know what I'm saying? And talking about, like, you know, how the church is judging her wrong and maybe God loves studs and all that nonsense, man.
Oh, yeah, nah, the lyrics of God was
auntie a man now.
But
auntie a man now.
The topic matter.
You fuck with that shit like...
Nah, I ain't say that. I'm just saying the topic matter is heavy.
That album was a dud.
What he was saying.
Now let's just say, bro. Section 80 was definitely one of the hardest albums, bro. In this
Agreed. The hardest mixtape. That album mixtape was hard.
That's about this generation. Section 80 was like
agreed. I agree. He's a MC of MCs, man. He went up against that thing he did. What was that when he went up against all them brothers, man? What's that joint called? With say it again, sis.
That was Control.
Yeah, Control. That was crazy. Like I had to salute that brother, man, because he brought the vibe back, like that whole battle energy. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. But for me also, it's like what you stand for too. Like I'll never play nothing he do again after that madness he was doing on stage with the Christ, with the bleed and all that stuff. I'm good, man. But he is dope. You know what I'm saying? He dope. You know what I mean?
Now, if I could, real quick. Now, you know that what you're saying, you got to say that about like every other rapper in existence.
Right. Nas did it too.
Nah, because he was repping that Israelite. I don't gotta say that because he came in on a spiritual level with the Lord and all that. Then he started doing all this weird stuff, like all this transgenderism, weird stuff. I don't.
He
a weirdo.
He kind of it's almost like he made an oath and broke it.
He a weirdo.
Period.
But aren't all geniuses weird?
True, Kanye's a weirdo too. That's true.
Yeah. Especially recently, man. Like they ain't just dropping albums, man. They doing a bunch of weird stuff, man. Look at what happened with Doja Cat, man. She came in looking good, and now she looked like what's the she looked like Gollum from fucking. She weird now, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I'm sorry, she looked like Roger from American Dad.
Yeah, man, that's weird.
Somebody said, what that nigga said? They holding the belt. Tabazar, what you laughing at, yo?
I love the Itazab. He caught himself though, but saying rude in speech but not in knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Kendrick did that little
like I think it's a lot of talented sisters, you know what I'm saying? I think they kind of like they're not really using the talent the right way. You know what I'm saying? It's the over sexualization of themselves, but I think it's a lot of talent out there though.
Who's the female GOAT?
Man, I don't know, man.
Nikki or Missy?
Okay, yeah, Missy. Well, I don't know. I say Lauren, but
yeah, I'm with Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren over everything.
Lauren, yeah, I gotta say Lauren. Lauryn Hill got to be the GOAT.
So like I don't count Lauren as a rapper. Yeah, she's a rapper. She'll out rap a lot of these niggas right now.
When she shows up.
Who?
She said when she show up. I heard she be late. She be late.
Sorry, you said who?
She just got one album.
Lauryn Hill would out rap a lot of these niggas right now.
Facts.
I mean, like I say,
what about J. Cole?
You talking about?
What about J. Cole? He just
Nah, bro.
I'm gonna be real, man. J. Cole is like my son rapping. Like he gonna say something that's clear. I'm like, that's good. But you gotta understand, I was raised on Nas and Wu-Tang and Biggie. Nothing J. Cole's gonna say is gonna really
you said hold up, because you said right now.
Yeah, I'm saying J. Cole.
Hill. Mm-hmm.
I'm saying she can out rap brothers right now if she wanted to. She could easily do it. Yes, right now.
This is why we got
to can out rap J. Cole.
The age gaps, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, you understand.
I mean, Lauryn Hill. You gotta understand, Lauryn Hill.
Like,
I
who
can't even
disagree?
recall
Who disagree on the stage,
her hardest bar.
Who disagree with Tabazar?
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I disagree. I love Lauryn Hill, but as far as keep going toe to toe with the greatest of this generation, I don't know.
Like, okay, see, it's the thing, right? I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. It's hard, like, and that's why I understand why Officer Kazak said what he said, right? Like, I've lived through decades. You know what I'm saying? I've been in these decades, and I'm watching. So it's hard for me. It's hard for me to like be impressed with J. Cole because I've seen it before and I've seen it done better.
Yeah, I can say
you
that.
Understand? Like Nas Illmatic, he came out like that. He didn't grow into that. I watched J. Cole grow. who J. Cole is right now is based off of him studying Nas and Biggie J.
Yes.
Yeah,
You understand?
I can say that.
So like y'all impressed with this J. Cole, and it's cool. I don't want to take nothing from that brother, but he had to watch the people that came out and had no. I don't say Nas have a blueprint. He had Rakim and Coogee Rap, but his first album was a classic. J. Cole's first album wasn't a classic, and I was raised off of that. I was raised off of Ghostface and Raekwon and Wu-Tang Clan and what they're spitting. I had to go get encyclopedias and find out what they was talking about and read dictionaries and play the song back 10 times to comprehend what what they were saying.
Yeah,
so J. Cole says a little metaphor. I'm just saying when J. Cole say a little metaphor, I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got Goku, right? And then you got Goku's sons. Cool. They're not Goku. It's cool.
Nah, I feel
Let me ask you something.
J. Cole's go high.
J. Cole like go 10. He like the grandson.
Damn. Listen, all right, so look. Do you think that the music has to change with the times though? Like I think we kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. But when you agree?
Yeah, because first and foremost, Wayne killed the game, bro. Wayne, with all the mixtapes he dropped, he changed the whole entire hip-hop scene, bro. Himself handily. Before Wayne did that shit, niggas was actually making music. Then Wayne did all those mixtapes, metaphors, metaphor after metaphor after metaphor after metaphor, after simile after simile. Now that shit just became about just flexing type shit. Like it wasn't even really about telling stories, making substance music.
It changed 1999 2000. That's when everything changed. That's when the switch flipped. And for people that's born in that era, just like Tapazar was saying, it's like the people, and listen, this ain't no diss to nobody born in that time period or when you first turned on your radio, because a lot of people just turned on their radio in the 2000s, right? It's like being born in a drought. So you was born in a drought. So I wasn't born. I was born with I was there with the Snoop Dogs and the Tupacs and all that. You was born in a drought. So when you get a J. Cole, that it sound like, oh my God, I ain't never heard nothing like this. Yeah, yes, we have. We had it. We had it. You was just born in a drought. That's all.
My question is,
you had to record on the cassette tape, man.
What the brother bringing out?
My question is, right? So don't you think that niggas kind of aged backwards because of the generation? Like for instance, back in Nas's time, it was the thing to be woke and have like conscious rap music. And then Lil Wayne started turning into super fragilistic espialidocious as music, and that you got to go and look up. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to play the song 5 times just to get the punchline. So, and then it turned into, okay, that's too much work. I don't want to have to go and look up music, just rap so I can vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I think J. Cole kind of met in the middle where it's like niggas is too lazy to go look up my lyrics, but I still got lyrics. So let me meet them halfway.
Agreed. I agree with that. Because you got to think too, what you're saying is heavy, Yock, because like I grew up in a time when you had to go to the library, you had to pull the little drawer out, get an index card to find a book. You understand? Now you got Google.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I feel you.
Google, nigga, I came up with a time we had encyclopedias, nigga, to go look up.
That's what I'm saying.
In your mama's basement.
You had to go to a library to go find a book, to go find out about a country in another, another country or a subject matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I agree with you, Itazab. I feel you on that.
Nah, but for real though, on the real though, let's talk about that for a second though, man, because Lil Wayne, bro, this nigga Lil Wayne, bro, like he fucked shit up, bro. Niggas went from like going to get a dictionary and really looking up words that rhyme with different words and increasing their vocabulary to now just trying to say the most dumbest shit they can say.
That's a fact.
And y'all saying that Lil Wayne is responsible for that?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that for sure.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
He was his you know what I'm saying? Like it was his record label, Baby's record label. So whatever he's spitting is what's going off. Whatever's making the money is what's going on. So Wayne was.
But I never thought Wayne was a simple ABC rapper though. I never took Wayne for an ABC rapper. Like even The Block Is Hot, he's not spitting like simple raps. He's rhyming about real shit. Even when he started, exactly. And even when he started to make the conversion and changing his style, he always was striving to do it at a high level. Like to me, Go DJ, like that wasn't a ABC rap song to me. Exactly. That he was spitting. You know what I'm saying? To me, Wayne has never been a simple rapper, but now what you saying also Dawada with the spirit and the vibe.
I'm talking about the mixtape era. I'm talking about when he went to mixtape, that whole Lollipop Wayne, that Lollipop Wayne,
mixtape Wayne,
and that mixtape droughts and all that. Yeah, he was, but it was like it was not deep. It was just like, let me just say the most metaphor. It was about metaphors. It wasn't really. It wasn't about substance and telling something that we could relate to.
Right.
Like, none of those drought shits was relatable. It was just fly ass shit that he was saying. He was saying fly shit. That's it.
I was in Atlanta during that time, man, and I can't say it wasn't relatable because, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He was.
Wayne was
to me, it's like
if I could.
You know,
he was getting introduced to every type of swag that was around him. As he grew up, as he was growing up, he was getting introduced to like rock stars, all type of people from aspects of life. He was that famous. He was everywhere. So of course he's gonna change his swag and change his lyrics and everything. He wasn't the same little boy anymore. And there was one viral video that I seen. Baby got mad at Wayne when he bought him a Bugatti, and he got the keys from the Bugatti, didn't even get in there, didn't care about the Bugatti, and he just started riding his skateboard. And the first thing Baby said was, I bought this man a Bugatti and he go ride a skateboard? Like, what the fuck? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man been changing the whole time since 1999. From now, like, he's been changing. Like, that's why rap is like all confused, and there's a mashup. Everything is all mashed up in different forms of all swags.
But also, Dawada, when you say
that,
like
that's the
metaphors, go ahead, Sparky.
My bad, real quick. That's the whole backstory of why this nigga was the greatest of all time. Because he had chapters in his career, you know what I'm saying? Like we had Hot Boy Wayne, we had I don't want to say Lollipop Wayne.
No, say it. Go on and say it. Go on and say it. Is this your king? Is this your king?
We had Rockstar Wayne. then we got Skateboard Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And then he came out with some crackhead Wayne look like today. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't rocking with
Wayne. You don't even understand nothing he's saying. He can't. It was a time we couldn't understand shit that nigga was saying.
Nah.
Yeah. Nah, we can't understand nothing he's saying because he ain't really saying that.
Like when that nigga was like, nah.
With the auto tune on it too.
Man, come on, man.
He had the auto tune on it too.
Mixtape he was
Hey,
drought is over.
That's hilarious.
Hey, but also Dawada, you gotta admit though, Wayne carried a lot of artists through their down years. Like he brought Fat Joe back. He really kind of kept Jay afloat. Wayne was keeping. He brought 2 Chainz. Jay, he carried. Listen,
Jay carried Jay, bro.
Listen.
Yo, listen. You got the floor.
I need book chapter verse, nigga.
I'm about to tell you. Listen. When Jay came out with that album, The Kingdom, right? What was that joint he did? What was that song? Just Wave. Wayne did a remix to that, right? They said Jay said that when he heard Wayne on that remix, he said he had to go into the studio and he asked himself, he said, am I still up for this? Can I still do this at this level? Because Wayne had him rethinking his whole career. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he was.
I think Jay-Z did that a couple times.
I'm just saying.
Tripping.
No, I'm telling you, man, Wayne was bringing everybody back to life for a period of time, man. Everything he got on made everybody look better. You know what I'm saying? From French Montana, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled.
I wouldn't say it made him look better, Topazar. I would just say that he really used nigga shit and really put it in another light, but he didn't make them better. He didn't like, you know what I mean? Like, cause even cause like what you saying, like Mike Jones shit with that, you know that I'm a rapper, my motherfucking nigga. You damn didn't even know that was fucking Mike Jones shit there to this day. You know what I mean?
You but Mike Jones who put his number on a rap song? That Mike Jones?
Yeah, you remember that song that Wayne did? You know that I'm a rapper, my motherfucking nigga. I'm a guy.
I remember that.
Finger on the trigger. Man, that shit was the coldest shit that nigga ever did. Wait, hold up. That shit was the coldest shit that nigga ever did, bro. Yeah. To this day, nigga.
That shit was fire.
The sky's the limit. Okay, so like, my favorite. Look at the sky's the limit, nigga.
The sky's the limit.
This nigga Tabazar missing out on a piece of the great piece of life.
I'm just all I'm saying is this: Wayne. If we talking, I'm just saying Wayne is not an ABC rapper. That's all I'm saying. He's not. And like, you know how the scriptures say much by saying little. To me, that's Wayne. Like Wayne can put a whole concept into 4 bars by using a whole example of metaphors, something else.
He a wordsmith.
To me, yeah, and to me, like that's to be able to explain things. It's like he's doing parables. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, like that, like that's the yes, sir.
If I may, bro, that what you saying is absolutely right on point. And he did it like he always did that. Like he always had that. But at the same exact time, the same way you look at my boy Kendrick Lamar, is the same way I look at Wayne, bro. I think that he showed himself to be a genius and then decided to do ABC dumb shit, bro. I expect way more from Wayne.
Did you hear him on Nas' album?
Nas album? No.
Yeah, he just dropped. Go listen to it. Go listen to it. That brother is. Hold on, I got to get the name of the single, but it's on his.
But you feel me though, right?
Huh?
I feel like Wayne let me down, bro. I feel like he could have really.
Go listen to what he did with Nas, man. He killed Nas. He killed Nas on the track. He was spitting.
I mean, like, Nas ain't really survived the times though. I don't agree with that.
I'm gonna mute up. Mute up.
Mute up.
Nah, it would be tough for Nas to survive to survive in the era that it is now. Like Nas is survived right now by his fans. That's it.
Yeah, come on, Lapayad.
That's just what it is.
Telling me that Nas is still rocking right now?
Nah,
no.
Hey, somebody tag Captain Zaryak, man. We need a captain of 13,000.
Cap don't even cap.
Nah, man.
Still wear wallabies. Still wear wallabies, nigga, and Kango hats. Nigga. What he talking about?
He's crazy. I'm about to tag him right now. This is crazy. I'm tagging him right now.
Bro.
You gotta cap, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, Nas is survived. Nas is survived. Like most of those '90s artists are survived by their fans right now, man. That's the loyals.
Except Jay-Z, because Jay-Z got fans to this day, nigga.
Right.
To this day, new fans.
Probably.
New fans, nigga.
You saying Nas ain't
really are they his fans or his girl fans?
Nah, nigga. Hey, his fans or his girlfriend.
I don't know.
I was funny.
Nah, you be surprised, man. These
American Gangster Blueprint 2, 3, Black Album, nigga. Nigga,
you telling me King's Disease don't hold up? Like you didn't feel none of them?
No, I did. You got to be a hip hop head to feel that Nas shit though.
I don't know, man. I'm giving you the side right now.
Tabazar, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I ain't heard shit from Nas in a minute. Even though I know he been doing shit, but I ain't really tap in because he ain't who I used to know. He ain't the Nas I used to know.
That's what you not.
He ain't the Rewind Nas. He ain't the Rewind Nas.
No.
He ain't the one mic Nas. Is it one mic? Is it Uchi Wally Wally? Is it one mic?
I don't want to listen. You need to go listen to all 3 King Diseases, man. And
man, send it to my messenger, bro. Send it me.
That's crazy.
But also too, it's like that thing. It's like that desensitized thing, right? We have been exposed to so much good lyricism that it make kind of Nas seem old, but Nas is still doing Nas. Nas ain't changed at all.
Facts.
But when you heard it 20 years ago, it sounded like, oh my God, because you hadn't heard nothing like that. But now,
look, I'm not gonna say nothing right now because I haven't heard his latest shit.
It sounds like his old stuff. It don't sound like nothing new. It sounds like his old stuff.
Real quick, I like that. Trying to get in.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, like, you gotta look at it like this. You got older people who still listening to the people that they was listening to 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? If you asking a question about whether people can survive the times now, then you know what's hot now? My pussy pink, my booty hole brown. That's what's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? I just want to rock. And none of the niggas we talking about don't do none of that. They not big as star as Lil Uzi Vert and none of them niggas, bro. Not to the people that's now, but to us, we understand what we think real music is, and they think that's real music. So you gotta kind of keep that in mind when we talking about it. If you talking about, you know what I'm saying, Nas, then you gotta think like Captain Tazarian's what, 45, 46 years old. So of course, Nas been rocking and he still never changed his style. To this day, he's still rapping the same way that he was rapping 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know, as you modernize your music as far as like the beats and all of that, that's fine. You could continue that if you had fans that like what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, they taking Pac verses still to this day, putting them on new beats, and people like, oh, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the people that rock with you all that time, they still gonna rock with you. But that don't mean that like the people that come behind you gonna actually pay attention to it. All I'm saying is with Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne has stood the test of time. Like even now, I want to say even young people still rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? And old people is too.
Shit, Drake and Kanye. I mean, I could dig that. Send me that.
Oh yeah, we nobody mentioned Drake either.
Man, nobody about to mention Drake.
Nobody said nothing about Drake.
I was going to mention.
What we gonna mention him for?
Drake.
Somebody said Drake. I heard Drake somewhere.
Hey man, you can't hate on Drake though, man.
Drake.
Somebody said Drake.
The world from his kids was really trying to hide the word kids in the world.
Hey, but I will say this. He is definitely consistent. He consistent.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you, Drake.
He consistent.
Drake be spitting, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Even when he came out, the nigga said I could buzz so big I could probably sell a blank disc, nigga. Nigga, that shit.
Yeah.
Come on,
Drake do be saying some shit though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
When I had to sell CDs, nigga, at the gas station. And I knew, nigga, I was like, listen, bro, I ran out of CDs, nigga. I was selling other people's CDs, nigga. Like, for real. So I already know if you could sell a blank disc, nigga, come on, bro.
No, this is the goat of the young generation, though. Like, outside of Jay-Z being the goat of the hip-hop, Drake is the goat of the Kendricks, of the J. Coles, and all that.
Yeah, I would probably have to agree with that.
I agree with that.
Y'all know how, so where would y'all put T-Pain on the list?
Hey, stop it right now.
Hey, yo.
Hold on. There's a reason why I'm bringing up T-Pain. Like what you just said about Drake. He's like the new T-Pain. He's the rapper turned singer. No, he's not. Or
How's he the new T-Pain? That don't make no sense.
Yo, but
who man's is this?
He said Drake is the new T-Pain. That's crazy.
Hey, but so what y'all? So hey, but let me ask this though. So ain't nobody fucking with T-Pain though?
No.
Come on, y'all tripping.
Ain't nobody fucking with T-Pain in here?
Right now.
With T-Pain.
I mean, we fuck with T-Pain, but like, this ain't even his conversation right now.
Is that because T-Pain from Florida? Is that why you said that? He's a new.
Come on, he's the Tallahassee hero. The Tallahassee hero. Like you were saying.
Hey, what's up, man? Talk to him.
What type of music you play in the club?
Yeah, T-Pain is in his own right.
Hold on. My Ottawa want to speak.
T-Pain was a rapper, right? But he found his way in the mainstream singing. Like, and Drake did the same thing. Rod Wave doing the same thing. Them niggas was rappers. Like, if you go back and you listen to Rod Wave, it don't sound like the Rod Wave y'all know. Y'all know the singing Rod Wave. Y'all know the singing Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I would say this though, Itazab, Drake was singing the whole time though. He kind of been doing like
he was singing the whole time.
Nah, that's why I said how everyone look at it.
He didn't start out as a singer.
He's really like a singer star turned rapper.
Drake is R&B.
He started off as a rapper though. What are you talking about?
Drake is R&B hip hop.
But people know him for singing.
But look, it's funny that you mentioned Rod Wave, because Rod Wave is way better than T-Pain and my nigga Mo 3, nigga. My nigga Mo 3, nigga. If we talking about that singing shit and that rap shit, come on, bro. Mo 3, come on, bro. T-Pain did his thing. He had some classics, but
Hey, I stamped that. Mo 3 is the best singing rapper ever. He's the greatest of all time.
Singing rapper? Nah, I don't know about that.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
Mo
I don't know about
3,
that.
I stamped that.
Nah, I don't
We
know.
gotta add Future then if that's the case.
Mo 3 is the
who
greatest.
said that, bro? Who said Future, bro?
So Future don't be sliding with the singing and the rapping.
Mo 3 was a singer. He could sing for
That
real.
nigga
Like,
take your ass to fucking to Bible school, nigga.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, let's get back to the topic though, bro. It's like, go ahead, somebody.
No, I was just gonna say what Lapayad brought out is true. Drake is the best rapper singer there is ever to exist. And after him is Lil Wayne.
Mo 3.
I know.
Because you remember they had that.
But okay.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me throw. Oh, sorry. You go ahead. Go ahead. Let's drag this one out a little bit more. Go ahead.
Nah. With the rap and singing thing, I just when I agree with what he's saying. Yeah, Drake got to be up there. But to sidebar, everybody went against that whole, like, even with Lil Wayne, everybody went against that whole auto-tune phase when T-Pain had first doing that with the singing thing. Like, nobody was like trying to fuck with it at first, especially when Jay-Z went against that, death of auto-tune, all the other type of shit. But are y'all telling me, and then we can get off of this, are y'all telling me, did somebody in here say that Mo 3 was better than T-Pain? Did I hear that? I'm just asking. I'm just asking if that's what I heard.
I'm saying that as far as natural singing ability and rapping,
what are we talking about?
Okay, the reason I asked that,
singing ability, lyrics.
I hit for head. We talking about delivery.
with delivery, okay, I just wanted to know, because see y'all saying certain things, and now I have to go do a comparison, like, because I know I got to go do a comparison now when you say that, because I don't know. That's I don't know.
Dude, bro.
I got to do a comparison now.
Hey, Lapayad.
You cannot make the hit records that you had.
Yeah.
We about to end the stream on YouTube.
Okay.
If you could make me the gold mod again on Fanbase.
Y'all don't understand, man. It's natural.
How do I do that?
I'm telling y'all.
Just tap my face and then you should be able to change it.
I mean, we gonna move on for that, because I can already see where it's at with that one. But I will
There we
throw
go.
man, like, what's my looking for? A wild card. Wild card. Well, I'm off the singing rapper shit.
All right, real quick before we change subjects, let me I'm gonna go ahead and end the YouTube stream. So you know what I'm saying, everybody that was on YouTube, the water for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. But we about to end the stream. We're gonna continue the conversation in Fanbase. All right, so everybody that's watching, I'll be with y'all next week. All right.
So like if I make it, can brothers hear me or not?
Cool.